The coffee has been cleaned up. um, Happy Tuesday, everyone. It's so nice to wake up for this class and it not be pitch black anymore. Before we dive into the practice, just wanted to let all of you know, since you are kind of the regular crew for showing up to this live, next week I'm going to be out of town, so we won't have Tuesday Zoom. The following week I'll be back, so just don't wake up early unless you want to. In terms of our practice today, the heart space intention that has come up for me in the last couple of days is this idea that so often we are, I think, desiring someone else to acknowledge our hard work or to recognize what we're doing. You're seeking approval and acceptance, and that's just a natural part of what the ego craves. But recognizing like we can offer that to ourselves as well. And I think we often don't, right? And that it can be just as powerful and just as meaningful when it comes from ourselves, that we recognize and acknowledge all that we're doing, right? And all that we have achieved and all that we are moving towards and active in our growth, our expansion, our evolution. And I think this practice can help remind us and help be a catalyst for us to practice that, recognizing and acknowledging our growth, giving ourselves some like really beautiful feedback, right? Like to say, I see what you've been doing. I see the energy and the intention and the mindfulness that you put into whatever it might be, and to be really proud of yourself for those moments, right? Because when we start to recognize like, oh, this is what I'm craving and this is what's missing, is that someone else isn't telling me good job. When you lean back enough, it's kind of silly, right? Because it's like, oh, the ego just wants to be acknowledged that it's doing something, but we can give ourselves that. So especially today, as you move throughout your practice, like even just recognizing the fact that like you woke up and you got into your yoga mat today, and beyond that, like everything else is additional, but you've chosen to take this time for yourself, and that choice is in itself an act of and recognition of self-love. And so you can acknowledge that as well. For those of you that have been practicing pretty consistently with me for the last, I don't know, 3 years, I guess, that we've been doing this, like that is a huge accomplishment too, that you've been committed to this practice, especially a practice at home, which for I think many people is a really difficult thing to lean into, let alone be committed to and consistent with. So starting there, just proud of yourself for showing up and proud of yourself for being consistent with yourself. We're gonna start in a little bit of a seated meditation, unless you want to start on your back body, but we'll be moving eventually from a seat. So go ahead and get comfortable, whether that's a cross-legged seat or maybe on a yoga block or your shins. And then as you start to settle in and close your eyes, get really curious with how your body kind of naturally or initially lands into a seat. And then start to refine your seat from the base up, from the foundation of your pelvis and up along your spine. So maybe starting to tilt your pelvis a little bit forward and back. And you're searching for that sweet spot within the tilt of your pelvis where you grow a little bit taller. And from there, feel your sternum rise a little bit towards the sky, that proud energy exuding from your heart space. Maybe draw your shoulders forward up towards your ears, slide them back and down to rest into your torso. Allow your chin to lift so it's parallel to the earth. Can you soften through your jaw, relax across your cheekbones, your forehead, and all the muscles of your face? Even though you're in this really proud and intentional posture, can you add some softness now? allowing the earth to hold you as you begin to deepen your breath. Feel every inhale get a little bit fuller. And let every exhale get a little bit slower. As each breath in deepens, and each breath out lengthens. As you feel the sensations of body and breath, the movement of heart and mind, we are reminded that we have a relationship with ourselves that we also need to nurture. And oftentimes that's the relationship that gets pushed to the back, abandoned, forgotten about. And so for these 60 minutes, can we lean into that relationship? Let this time be about you connecting more deeply and more intimately to you. Finding moments to acknowledge yourself and recognize yourself and see yourself for all that you are and all that you do and all that you've accomplished. Again, being proud of yourself, even just for stepping onto your mat this morning, making that choice, that decision to take this time for you. And you can bring maybe one or both hands to your heart space. So again, this acknowledgement of self, the acknowledgement of all the love and compassion that exists within you that you can also share with yourself. Okay, so often we only offer it out and we don't always offer it in. So offering that energy back towards yourself today, take a deep inhale through your nose. And an open mouth exhale, let it go. Just as you're ready, slowly start to release your hands and open your eyes. So again, we're gonna stay in a seat. But if you are in a cross-legged seat and you want to switch out what shin is in front, go ahead and switch the front shin. And then inhale, circle, sweep your hands up towards the sky, reaching really wide and high. And your exhale, elbows go wide, goddess your arms. Pausing with your elbows about in this like 90-degree angle. Can you use the hinge of your joints to scoop your heart space forward by thinking about pressing your elbows and your shoulder blades forward and press the backs of your hands towards the wall behind you. Okay, so this kind of this hinge action through your thoracic spine up, maybe a slight lift of your chin, really proud through your chest, take your breath in. And on your exhale, hands will come towards your knees, the fronts of your knees, around your spine into a cat spine, head and tailbone tuck. On your inhale, think about scooping your heart forward, almost like an ocean wave. Heart dives forward and up. Reach your hands to the sky. And on your exhale, elbows go wide, goddess arms. Again, pausing here, hinging at your shoulder blades, your elbows. Shoulder blades and elbows push your sternum forward and up. Press the backs of your hands back and down. Breathe up through your heart space. And on your breath out, hands at the fronts of your knees, cat your spine. And one more time, the crown of your head maybe leads the way. Think about diving the crown of your head forward. Inhale, scoop your sternum to the sky, reach your hands up high. Final round, we exhale, goddess arms. Shoulders melt out of your ears. Again, think about that kind of hinge action, so your mid to upper back. Shoulder blades and elbows scoop forward, backs of your hands press back and down. Maybe take your elbows energetically really wide. Collarbones open, extra breath in. And on your exhale, hands to the fronts of your knees, cat your spine. Good. From here, as you come back through neutral, we're going to make our way into a tabletop pose. Start to find your way to all fours. Continuing with these different angles to the spine, we'll inhale to a cow shape, lift your heart, lift your tailbone. Staying in your cow pose, actively press through your hands, pull your navel to your spine so your core is active. And think about your pelvis sliding back in space. And then can you feel the power of your hands pulling your rib cage forward and away, creating more distance between your upper half and your lower half. That sternum is proud, the chin slightly tilts up as you take an extra breath in. And exhale, cat spine, beginning with your tailbone. Tailbone starts to tuck and the rest of your spine slowly follows suit. As you push your hands into the earth, let your shoulder blades spread wide. Shoulders are still out of your ears as your head hangs heavy. Again, pausing here for a little bit. Go ahead and feel that push of your hands as the engagement to help your front ribs draw in, get really strong through your core, navel pulls even tighter. And then inhale to a neutral spine. On your exhale, we're going to send our left foot out to the side in line with our left hip. So the four corners of your left foot plant to the earth. Get strong through your left leg, active through your quad. As you engage your left leg, press your pelvis back in space towards an extended child's pose. So extended leg child's pose. Take one big breath in and out. As we take one more breath here, you can stay with your hips reaching back, or we find a little shift forward and back, still strong through your left foot. And we'll eventually return to where our shoulders are stacked over our wrists. As you engage through your belly, slide your left leg up and back into a one-legged tabletop, flex your left foot. And as you push through your hands, again, use that to pull your front body in so your core is super tight. That's going to challenge your left glute to light up a little bit more as you lift through your left leg. So core strength and left seat are working in opposition to each other to strengthen one another. From here, reach your right hand forward, finding your spinal balance. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, elbow towards knee, round your spine, push the earth away. With your inhale, lengthen back out, continue to draw navel to spine as you reach. Twice more, we exhale, curl and contract. One more time like this, we breathe in to reach and exhale to round. And then inhale, reach it long. And your exhale, bend your left heel towards the sky. Option for your right hand to reach back to connect to your left foot. And then kicking up, proud chest, continue to light up your center body. One big breath in. On your exhale, release your left knee to the earth. Walk your hands forward, Anahatasana. Forehead or chest melt to your yoga mat, hips stay high. Let's take one big breath in. And one slow breath out. As you press through your palms, walk it back into your tabletop pose, all fours. Begin to engage your belly and send your right leg to the right. So right foot's going to the right first, four corners of your right foot to the ground. Begin to slide your pelvis back in space. And then just taking a breath here. Active right leg. And you'll make the choice to stay here to find a little bit of movement forward and back. We'll meet with shoulders stacked over wrists. You push through your hands and engage your center. Now slide your right leg up and back. Again, pulling your navel to your spine as you spare through your right hip. Can you find access to your right seat strength? Notice if you're leaning way over to the left, hug your outer left hip to the midline, so your left hip stacked directly over your left knee. And strong through your right hand, begin to extend your left arm forward, reactivate through your center, big breath in. Exhale, elbow towards knee. We inhale, slow, strong to lengthen. And exhale to contract. One more round, building all the stabilizers through our body. We inhale, reach. And exhale, curl. This time, inhale, lengthen out. And your exhale, bend your right heel towards the sky. Option for your left hand to reach back to catch your right foot. Think about kicking up and back. Belly pulls in. Push through your right hand strong and open through your heart space. As you release, right knee is going to step beneath your right hip. One more time, reach your hands forward for puppy pose. Anahatasana. You might melt your heart down to the earth, but take a breath. Eventually, you'll push into your hands, bring it back into your tabletop pose. And then tuck your toes and find downward facing dog, hips go up and back. Then take a breath or two here just to check in with your down dog. Maybe exploring some natural movement, whatever feels intuitive. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And open mouth, exhale, let your breath go. We'll inhale right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. When your exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. Three-legged dog, big breath in. On your breath out, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Left knee's going to lower all the way down to the ground. Anjaneyasana, lift up to your heart and hands. Good. So in your Anjaneyasana today, rather than sinking your hips forward and down, you're not pushing your right foot down away. So you're bringing your pelvis more to stack over your left knee. Okay, so deepening the front left hip stretch. Pull your navel towards the back of your heart space, so back and up. Think about lengthening your tailbone to the earth. From here, we're going to breathe in, heart opens a little bit more towards the ceiling. On your exhale, find your goddess arms, elbows go wide. Just like we did in our cross-legged seat, as your shoulder blades and elbows scoop forward and up, press the backs of your hands back and towards the earth. Okay, go ahead and inhale, hands to the ceiling. And on your exhale, open arm twist to the right. So your right hand's going to go down and back, left hand reaches forward. Take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. As you press left hand to the outside of your right thigh, maybe twist a little bit deeper. Using that hand to thigh connection as leverage for your rotation. And from here, your left hand's going to stay to the outside of your right thigh. Starting to rotate your heart forward, add in your side bend, right hand's going up and overhead. So left hand to right thigh, it's gonna hold and you steady at center, so your right hand can reach up and over to the left side of the room. Go ahead and breathe in, both hands return to the ceiling. On your exhale, hands to the earth. Lift your back knee and lengthen both of your legs, hamstring stretch. Option to flex your right toes to your face. Extend your tailbone back and up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. On your breath out, bend into your right knee. Cross-legged forward fold. Left ankle's going behind your right. So as always in this shape, your pinky toes do not need to line up. You can bend your knees as much as you want. Let your head fall heavy towards the earth. The four corners of both of your feet are firmly planted into your mat. And then as you're ready, unwind your legs, traditional forward fold, feet side by side. Inhale to your halfway lift, feel your core light up as you lengthen. And exhale, forward fold, release. Utkatasana, chair pose, sink into your seat, lift up through your heart and hands, big breath in. And then on your exhale, airplane your arms beside you. Lean into your left foot, slowly rise up to stand with your right leg. So right away into a little standing balance. This first one might be a little extra wobbly, so give it a moment. So think about the proud energy through your chest, like you've been exploring, but then can you allow your shoulders to soften out of your ears? Take a nice big breath in. On your exhale, slowly send it back through your airplane pose. Maybe just lengthening out for your inhale. We go high crescent as we exhale, right toes to the earth. Breathe in to reach your hands to the sky. On your exhale, hands come down to frame your left foot on your yoga mat. High plank, step your left foot back to meet your right. Breathing in, we shift forward. Exhale, lower slowly to the earth, all the way to the ground. Untuck your toes, low cobra, your inhale floats your chest away from your yoga mat. And exhale to release. An inhale low or maybe your high cobra option to give yourself a little boost with your arms. And exhale, let it go. Last round, inhale up dog or return to any cobra. As you're ready, it's exhale to downward facing dog, hips return to the sky. A deep breath in. Maybe open mouth, exhale out. We inhale our left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, strong center, knee to nose, shift forward, actively push into your hands. Three-legged dog, big breath in. And then place your left foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Release your right knee to the earth and breathe your heart and hands to the sky. So again, we're thinking about a push down and forward through the left foot. And this kind of lift of the front of the pelvis. Tailbone lengthens to the earth as you pull your navel to the back of your heart space. So up and back with the diagonal. Big front right hip stretch. From here, we breathe in, reaching tall and proud. Exhale, goddess your arms, elbows go wide. Find that tilt at the thoracic spine. Elbows and shoulder blades press forward. Backs of the hands press back and down. Think about boosting your sternum up high. Then breathe in, hands to the sky. Exhale, open arms to the left. Sweep your left hand down and back. Right hand to the outside of your left side. Use it as a leverage for your rotation. Feel your core active here. Now you're going to keep your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Think about pressing thigh and hand together. Everything hugs to the midline. As you sweep around, left hand's going up and over for a side body stretch. Breathe your rib cage up away from your pelvis and then find that tilt of your torso and the crown of your head to the right side of the room. On your next inhale, rise to center, both hands reach up high, and exhale your hands to the earth. Lift your back knee and extend both of your legs, hamstring stretch. And energetically, it's a cow spine action here. Hug your right hip point forward, pull your left thigh bone back. Now start to bend into your left knee. Cross-legged forward fold, right ankle goes behind your left. Soft knees, heavy head. Take one breath here. As you begin to unwind your legs to your traditional forward fold, inhale to your half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, release. Chair pose, Utkatasana, sink into your seat, breathe in, reach up high. Follow your exhale to airplane your arms beside you. Send your energy to your right foot to rise up with your left leg, one-legged Tadasana. Give the stabilizers to your right ankle, your right leg a moment to turn on. You're finding that balance of lift and length in the center column of the body, the softness through our shoulders. Making our transition towards high crescent through airplane pose, start to fly it back. Take your time, maybe just breathing one inhale into your airplane. We exhale high crescent, the power of your right leg places your left toes down. Extend your heart and hands up high. Frame your right foot with your palms and then step back into your high plank pose. With an inhale, shift forward. Knees up or down, lower halfway or all the way for your chaturanga. Opening your heart up, dog or cobra. And we exhale back to downward facing dog. And full body breath in through your nose. And open up, exhale, let it go. We inhale right leg to the sky. This time, keeping your right leg long and lifted, flex your right foot and square your right hip down to the earth. So look back at your right toes. Notice if your right knee and right toes are pointing directly to the ground. Keeping that squareness in your pelvis, bend your right heel to your seat like a little donkey kick, hamstring curl. Maybe an inhale floats your right thigh bone just slightly higher, hips still squared. On your exhale, knee towards nose. Three-legged dog, breathe your right leg up and back. And on your breath out, step your right foot forward to the top with intention. This time, cow lunge. We'll inhale, left knee just comes to a hover above the earth. And exhale, cat lunge, lengthen both your legs. We'll move to a high crescent from here next. Right knee bends. Breathe in to slowly rise all the way up. On your exhale, option for left knee to come to a hover. Just like you did on the earth before, think about pushing down and forward with your right foot to draw your pelvis back over your left hip. Left heel is high, big left hip stretch. So you can notice that my right knee is actually like back beyond where my right ankle is. That's okay. My right heel is really active, so my right glute is also strong. Just like we did before, we take an inhale. Exhale, goddess, your arms, elbows go wide. Finding that tilt through our upper half. Elbows and shoulder blades go forward and up. Back to the hands, press back. Maybe you look slightly taller to the ceiling. Inhale, both hands to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. Open arm, twist right hand, sweeps back. Same as before, left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Might go a little bit higher towards your hip, because now we're upright. Leverage for your twist. Keeping your left hand to the outside of your right thigh, as you turn your heart forward, reach your right hand up and overhead to the left side of the room, so a side bend. And just notice how this feels. This is the opposite direction that we often side bend in a lunge. Breathe into your right side body. From here, we inhale through center, both hands go high. On your exhale, airplane lunge, lengthen your left leg, hinge your heart forward, sweep your arms back beside you. Strong tip into your right leg, really, really active through your core for this transition. Share pose, take a big step to the top. With your hips low, lift up through your heart and hands. As you breathe out, hands to heart center. Lean into your left foot. Slowly rise up with your right leg. So maybe noticing even this subtle difference of lifting up to one leg with your hands at your heart versus your hands overhead. Take a nice full inhale. And a nice slow exhale. From here, begin to kick your right heel back, setting up for a dancer's pose. Right hand's gonna reach back towards your right foot. And this doesn't have to be a super deep dancer's pose. We haven't done a ton of front body opening. We've mostly been opening the front of the hips. So from here, kick back and up into your hand. Lift your heart up first. Once you have that big energy, that kind of tension throughout the circuit of hand to foot. If you want to, you can tip forward a little bit or a lot. I personally like to keep my left hand at my heart. You can do so as well. You take a breath in. Maybe a little micro bend through your left knee. Airplane pose, slow motion release. Crown of the head extends forward with your breath in. High crescent lunge, right toes to the earth as you breathe out. Feel your lungs reach your hands to the ceiling. On your breath out, prayer twist, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Powerful through your back knee. Long from crown to right heel. Feel your left ribs roll back to step over your right ribs. As you light up through your right quad, option to spread your wings for a moment. Good, keeping the twist in your body. Big, strong inhale, big, strong, intentional push to your feet. Exalt your crescent, so keeping the twist. Inhale, scoop your right hand all the way up to the sky. And on your exhale, windmill your hands down to the earth to frame your left foot. Good. From here, three-legged dog. Inhale, left leg to the ceiling. Keeping your left leg long, flex your foot, square your head. Trying your best to maintain the squareness of your pelvis. You get a deeper hamstring stretch to your right leg. Donkey kick your left heel to your seat. Breathe your left thigh bone up to the sky. Exhale, knee towards nose. Three-legged dog. We inhale, lift to lengthen. And exhale, place your left foot forward with intention. Cow lunge, right knee is going to come to a hover. Full body breath in. And exhale, cat lunge, find the length of your legs. Moving with your breath, we'll bend into the front knee. High crescent lunge. Powerful root to rise energy, drive the earth away. Settling into the hover to your right knee, just an option. So right knee can be fully lifted, hovered. You can also drop your right knee back to the earth like we did before. Draw your front body to your back body. Front ribs pull in so much, navel to spine. Inhaling a little bit taller to the crown of your head. Exhale to find your goddess arms. Imagine you're rolling your upper back over a barrel. Find that tilt for your mid to upper back. Sternum high and proud. From here, both hands return to the sky. And then open our twist to the left. Left hand sweeping back and down. Right hand goes to the outside of your left leg. It doesn't matter where it is. I find when I'm in the taller crescent, closer to my hip is a little bit easier. That way I can keep my chest really proud. And then keeping your right hand where it is as you turn your sternum forward, side bend your left hand up and over towards the right. So imagine you're hugging a yoga block between your thigh bones. See if you can activate both of your glutes and your inner thighs, all of your legs, really, your quads are working hard too. I know this is a long hold. Beautiful, we inhale, unravel, both hands to the ceiling. Exhale, airplane lunge. Lengthen out. Nice and long through your torso, powerful through both your legs as you lean to left foot, strong belly, chair pose, big step forward to the top. Breathe your hands high. Even the length that your reach forward creates, bring your hands to heart center. If you lean into your right foot, bring your left leg with you to stand. Give yourself a moment, maybe a deep breath through the nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale, let it go. Headed towards our dancer's pose. Left heel's gonna kick back and up. Maybe you do this without your left hand first, just feel your left hamstring strong, and then left hand catches left foot. Drawing to the midline of your body, shoulder blades squeeze to center, inner thighs hug to center. Kick into your hand and up to the sky first. At the same time as you kick back and up, can you lift your sternum up? You're gonna use your shoulder blades to push your heart forward and through. From here, maybe lean into a baby dancer or a deeper dancer, depending on what you want. Focus through your gaze, take an inhale. Slow motion, a little softness in the standing leg. Airplane pose as you exhale, expand. One big breath in, long from crown to left foot. High crescent lunge on your exhale, soft release. Breathe and we reach high. And then prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Notice if your heart is collapsing to your thigh, your belly's resting on your thigh, push through your feet, push through your hands, and draw your heart away from your quad. Maybe sink your hips low so your heart can get higher. Spreading your wings open. Keep your wings nice and wide. Really strong through your center. Inhale to exalt your crescent. You keep the twist as we scoop it up and back. On your exhale, windmill your hands down to frame your right foot. Downward facing dog, just up your right foot to meet your left. On your inhale, lift your heels up high. On your exhale, think cat spine, roll forward to your high plank. Rounding the back of your heart up. As you find your high plank, bend your knees a little bit, think calf spine, heart and tailbone, scoop up, push back to your downward facing dog. Good, 2 more like that. We inhale, heels high. Exhale, spine all the way forward, roll it forward. Breathe in, think calf spine, heart and tailbone lift as you scoop it up and back. And one more cycle, round it forward. Inhale, scoop it back. On your exhale, just settle. Building on one more layer here, we're going to inhale right leg to the sky. This time on your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. An option to stay here, option to slowly tip to a wild thing. Use your core to place your right tippy toes to the earth. Long left leg as you inhale your right hand overhead. On exhale, 3-legged dog, return your right palm to the earth. Breathe your right leg to the ceiling. On breath out, take your right knee towards your left, tricep cross underneath your body. Fallen triangle, right leg threads through. Open your heart to the sky. Big breath in. Listen on your exhale, sink your hips down to the earth. Feet are in this kind of 90-degree angle. Inhale up, flex through your feet. Exhale, hinge forward, wide-legged forward fold. Doesn't matter how far you go. Just take one breath here. On your wide-legged forward fold, you're going to start to sit back up. Using your core, rotate your hands to the top of your yoga mat. As you spin onto your left toes, 3-legged dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky one more time. And exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Left palm to the earth, twist your right hand to the sky. Now listen, we're going to a horizon lunge. All 10 toes are going to pivot to the right. You might have to wiggle your right foot back a little bit. Flex both of your feet. Think about squaring your hips to the right side of the room. So right hips pulling back, left hips drawing towards the wall that you're facing. And then lean your right shoulder back to stack over your left. If it feels okay in your anatomy and your knees, maybe inhale, sink your hips a little low, reach your right hand to the back of your yoga mat. On your exhale, rise and rotate, wide-legged forward fold to face the opposite side. All 10 toes turn, dive down. Take a big breath in to lengthen your spine. As you breathe out, left knee bend, side lunge, or Skandasana. So this little layer is really just to counterbalance everything we've done before. So now we're leaning into the external rotation of your right hips. If you're in a Skandasana, maybe left hand comes to the earth, left arm on the inside of your left leg, and you twist it open, right hand to the sky. Find a full body breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to go into a lifted side lunge. So left knee will still stay bent. Bring the 4 corners of your right foot to the earth. So now you're just in a lateral lunge leaning towards the back of the room. Right palm or fingertips to the earth. Now twist your left hand to the sky, big breath in. On your exhale, thread your left arm underneath your body one time, now reaching towards your right foot. Squeeze your left bicep towards your chest. Feel your bicep and pec engage. And then inhale to unravel open. On your exhale, wide-legged forward fold, lengthen both your legs, dive down through center. Now keeping both your legs long, hands will go to your right ankle or calf. Pull your heart towards your right knee. Think forehead to right shin. Breathe into the back of your body. From here, we're going to rotate to the top of our yoga mat, low lunge to face forward. Good. And then step forward into your chair pose. You sit low, lift up through your heart and hands. Exhale, hands to heart center. Getting strong with your left foot, figure for your right ankle on your left thigh. For today, maybe start to work your elbows towards your right shin bone, active through your right ankle. Think about using your right side body strength to lift your right booty cheek up and line with your left. If you have the space in your body, maybe your fingertips work towards the earth. Okay, from here, another variation of figure for your in. We're going to inhale to stand up tall. On your exhale, a little softness in your left knee. You're diving all the way towards the standing split, so take your time, go slow. As your fingertips move towards the earth, the right leg shoots up to the sky. Full inhale. Maybe bend your right knee, open your hip as you exhale. And then slow and intentionally place your right toes to the back of your yoga mat. Headed into second side, we're going to breathe our left leg to the ceiling. Three-legged dog, full body breath in. On exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Option for wild, maybe step your left toes to the earth. Feel your shoulder blades again, that active boost for your heart. Back body facilitating the opening through our front body. Three-legged dog, your core keeps your hips high as your left hand lands. Breathe your left leg to the sky. Left knee, right tricep, just for a moment, cross underneath yourself. Then fallen triangle, extend your left leg through. Rotate your right heel to the earth, reach your right hand up high, breath in. Bending through your left elbow, sink your hips to the earth. Wide-legged forward fold. Heart melts through the center of your thighs. Flex your toes to the sky, take a breath. When you're ready to rise up and out of your wide-legged forward fold, and you're turning towards the top of your yoga mat again, put your palms onto the earth. Use your core to pivot onto your right toes, three-legged dog. Inhale, lifts your left leg back. And exhale, step your left foot forward. Root through your right palm, 10 toes turn to the left, horizon lunge. Adjust your left foot as much as you need. Think about lifting your hips up into the outer hip stretch. Left hip crease pulls back, right hip point is hugging towards the wall that you're facing. From here, notice if your sternum's kind of collapsed. Can you pull your sternum towards the front of the room? Option to sink your hips, dip and reach to the back of your yoga mat. As we rise and rotate, it's wide-legged forward fold to face the opposite side. Dive it down. From here, finding a little halfway lift, bend your right knee, side lunge, or maybe skandasana. If you're in skandasana, think about sending your groins back in space, so not just down, but back and down. Maybe your right hand goes to the ground and you start to open your left hand to the ceiling. Breath in. On your exhale, you're finding your lifted side lunge. You're going to pivot your left foot to the earth. We stay bent through the right knee. Left hand to your yoga mat, twist your right hand at the sky this time. So you're rotated towards your bent right knee, leading to the back of the room. Take an inhale. One time, thread your right arm underneath, reaching towards your left foot. Squeezing bicep towards sternum. As you breathe in, you unwind, reach your right hand high one more time. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Both legs will stay long. We're going to hold on to our left leg and pull the heart towards your left knee. Think about rotating your ribcage square towards your left leg. One big breath. Beautiful. From here, we rotate to the top of our yoga mat, through our low lunge into our final chair pose. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart. You're just going to tip into your right leg strength and figure for a left ankle on your right thigh. Elbows maybe towards shin bone or fingertips towards the earth. Now, kind of thinking about like the hinge action again. As you press your left outer ankle down into your right thigh, doesn't matter how high or low you are in this, left outer ankle is pressing down into your right thigh. Can you energetically use that to pull your left hip up, left knee down? Okay. Rising up with your breath in, take your time. Remember, find a pretty generous bend, maybe through your right knee. We're going to dive down towards our standing splits. So trying to control that transition. Eventually, hands come to the earth. Left leg lengthens. Option to bend your knee and open your hip. You're lifting your left hip point and knee out of your hip pocket. Trying to make more lift so that you're not collapsing into your right hip joint. Here we go. From here, just slowly step your left foot back. We're going to a downward facing dog. Right foot joins. Long spine, take a big breath in. And open mouth, exhale out. One more little shape before we bring it to the earth. From your down dog, walk your feet a little bit closer and as wide as your yoga mat. So in the short and wide down dog, it's kind of more like an extended forward fold. Then have some softness in your knees. Get really strong with your left hand and then reach your right hand to the outside of your left ankle or calf. As you bend your right elbow, pull your heart underneath your left armpit, twisting. Continue to push the earth away with your left palm. Feel your sits bones press back in space. And then we switch. Right hand goes forward. Left hand's going to the outside of your right ankle or calf. Then bend your left elbow. Twist your sternum underneath your right armpit. Push the earth away. Move a deep breath to the back of your heart. And then as you breathe out, unwind. Wander your feet all the way forward to the top of your yoga mat. Inhale to one last halfway lift. On your exhale, bend your knees and have a seat. Okay. Hopefully that little adventure felt nice and balanced in your body. We're going to take a little butterfly stretch before we lower down. So at the top of your yoga mat, just bring the soles of your feet together. Your hands can hold on to the outsides of your shins, or you can reach your hands out in front of you, but we're going to inhale, proud chest, and exhale, dive forward, adding them out. If your hands are on your ankles and your elbows are kind of resting on your inner thighs, that's okay, but try not to force your knees open. Just let gravity encourage your knees down in the direction of the earth. Maybe let your head hang heavy. And then reach 2 cycles of breath into the back of your torso. Option to stay here a little bit longer, otherwise walking it back up to a tall spine. Your hands up your knees to center, place your feet to the earth. Leaning back, take a little windshield wiper. So hands, or rather, these are your feet slightly wider than your pelvis. Tuck your knees from side to side a little bit. To make our way down to the earth, as always, you can either choose to use your core or not, so it's up to you. If you want Take one more moment of effort, or if you just want to hug your knees in and relax back. We'll meet on the back body in a happy baby pose. So taking a moment to go slow, or just tipping back, honoring whatever your body needs right now. As you find your way into your happy baby pose, whatever version feels most true in this moment, just taking a pause to acknowledge this time that you spent moving your body, getting space in your body, be challenging and strengthening your body. Just honoring that and honoring all that your body has just moved you through. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Pull your knees into your chest and then interlace your hands on your right shin and extend your left leg out across the earth. So your left leg gets heavy, draw your right knee to right shoulder, breath in. Then exhale to your supine twist, right knee tips across you. Option for this traditional supine twist, or if you want to add in a thigh stretch, bend your left heel to your seat and reach with your right hand to catch your left foot. The last cycle of breath here. Release your left leg long if you have the hand to foot connection. Roll back to center, both knees hug to your heart. Hands interlace on your left shin, let your right leg reach forward, take an inhale. And supine twist with your exhale. An option to add in your thigh stretch if that feels good in your body. And then just focus on sensation and breath. Allowing the ebb and flow of your inhale and exhale to take up all of your attention, all of your awareness. So everything else can fade back. Right leg releases long, roll onto your back body, bring your knees to your chest. Maybe curl your nose up to your knees, curling into a tight ball. Take a big breath in. Then exhale to Shavasana. Allow everything to expand out. Maybe take your feet nice and wide. And as your head and shoulders, hips, arms, and legs become heavy, allow your eyes to drop closed. Maybe take a full inhale through your nose. And an open mouth exhale, let it go. Beginning to come back to body and breath. Let's feel your awareness. Start to transition back to focusing on inhale, exhale. The more subtle sensations that are present than your physical vessel. As you transition your awareness, your attention back to body and breath, feel yourself arriving again to this moment, right here, right now. Maybe bringing some movement back into your body. Maybe you give yourself permission to continue to rest. If it feels true for you, you might inhale your hands overhead, just exploring a full body stretch. Feeling the length, the space you created. And as you exhale, let your hands find their way to your heart. We take one final moment to pause. In gratitude of the yoga practice itself, the clarity, connection, and insight it provides us. We pause in deep gratitude, deep appreciation for our bodies and all that we're physically capable of. We pause in gratitude and appreciation for our breath. Without this breath, we don't have this moment. So this breath is what sustains us through every moment of every day. And it's that beautiful gift of life. And we also pause in gratitude and appreciation for this time that we shared and the energy that we exchanged through moving and breathing together. I'm so proud of yourself for taking this time for you, acknowledging yourself, seeing yourself for all that you are and all that you're becoming. You take a deep inhale through the nose together. And an open mouth exhale to release. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. May we practice compassion towards others and towards ourselves and all beings everywhere. May our teachers, right, be the practice of yoga, our individual practices serving to guide us to live with authenticity and to love deeply each and every day. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, and namaste.